So tomorrow was supposed to be the day that the TikTok ban actually took effect. Now, last year, the TikTok ban was passed by Congress as part of a bipartisan measure that had a bunch of foreign funding in it, and they stuck the TikTok ban in. And we'll get into that in a second. But TikTok was supposed to be banned January 19th, and that did happen. TikTok went dark for about 12 hours, and then they got some assurances from President Donald Trump, or President-elect at the time, Donald Trump, and TikTok decided to turn it back on. And ever since, Donald Trump has been granting extensions and pauses as it went. 75 days the first time, then 90, and now he's saying another 90. What Donald Trump is doing is actually illegal. The bill that said TikTok must be sold or be banned only granted one 90-day pause if they were actually working toward a deal. And Donald Trump gave an initial 75-day pause. Now, you could maybe argue semantics that he didn't, use up the full 90, but it said one pause, and that was it. Well, now we're on pause number 3. Donald Trump has agreed to kick the can down the road another 90 days, said he's going to sign another extension, and he does because he doesn't want to ban this app. Now, most creators like myself weren't really paying attention as to whether or not the ban was coming up because we've already had it extended twice. It's not nearly as big of a threat. Now, could TikTok still go away? Yes. At some point, Donald Trump could get tired of TikTok. He could get fed up with China because he's trying to use this as a negotiating tactic to try to keep it in his back pocket toward getting the deals he wants. And he's trying to still leverage a sale, but that's not happening. ByteDance isn't selling the app. They don't want to sell. They've said as much. They've continued to say they're not selling. So Donald Trump is just telling the DOJ, well, don't enforce it. Don't do this. And at any point, he could turn around and tell the Attorney General, tell the DOJ to start enforcing the ban, and they would have to start enforcing the ban at that point. But I don't think he wants to because of how much money the TikTok app generates, how much revenue it does with the TikTok shop. You got creators making money and all of that. It is huge when it comes to the economy. I don't think they want to leave that money on the table. Now, the only way that this could ultimately be forced is right now, like I said, Donald Trump is not enforcing it. If somebody were to take the ban to court, the courts may force Donald Trump to enforce it because the extension periods are gone. There is no mechanism in the law that allows for this. So what he's doing is kind of breaking the law, but he's by basically saying we're not enforcing that. Don't know if it's going to get enforced later, but right now, TikTok is saved for another 90 days.